Hey everyone, my name is Molly and this is my first YouTube video. I just finished recording on my super nice camera a get ready with me while I do 20 facts. For some reason, half of the video was out of focus. So here I am. It is what it is. At the end of the day, it's still 20 facts about me, getting to know me, and the start of this YouTube journey. So here I go. Fact number 1, I am the youngest of 5 kids. I have 4 older brothers, and so I'm the only girl. It was kind of crazy growing up, like being around boys all the time, but yeah, I had a blast. We're not all that close, but it was always like super dynamic and all that. It was fun, but if you wonder how that happened, just ask my mom. My dad made my mom sign a contract. After she had her 4th boy, she said, okay, I want to try for one more. I feel like we can get a girl. I feel like we can get a girl. And he said, okay, we'll sign this contract because if this 5th kid isn't a girl, we're done. We're going to be done. So she signed the contract. She had a girl. So here I am, and I'm super glad they went for that 5th kid. Okay, fact number 2, I was born and raised in California. I was born in the Bay Area, moved to Fresno, California when I was 2, and lived there till I was 23. I moved to Texas last year in August. So I pretty much have spent my entire life in California. I love California. I feel like it will always be home for me, but I'm also loving Texas. So. Perfect timing. Number 3, I am a Christian. I was baptized when I was 8 years old, and then I rededicated my life when I was 15. My grandfather baptized me when I was 8. He was a pastor most of my mom's life, and so as he was getting older, I realized that I wanted him to baptize me. Yeah, I didn't really get the fullness of what it meant to be baptized at 8 years old, and I don't know that there's really any 8-year-old that understands the importance of dedicating your life to something much bigger and living your life differently, as well as how hard it can be. You know, getting baptized doesn't make life easier. It actually becomes a bit harder because you make every move, you know, with Christ in mind and with understanding that like every step you take in your life, it can affect people and it can change a life. And so I didn't understand that at 8 years old, and I think that I finally got what it meant. And so when I was 15, I rededicated my life, and that was definitely like that movement into, okay, I get what this is. I get what needs to happen after this. And yeah, once you're baptized, your faith still grows. You still go through hard times. You still go through seasons and all that. But I thought at 15 with my youth group and with my brother and my friends, and it was just something that we got to do and say, hey God, you know, maybe we didn't understand it at the younger age, or maybe I've really fallen off, you know, my path, but I want to rededicate my life and say, God, you're my number one. I give you everything. You know, I don't want to do life for me anymore, but to honor you. That was the move, and that was what really started my full journey in my faith. Fact number 4, I cheered for about 16 years of my life. I started dance when I was 3, but I started cheering at about 6. Really, dance that early is kind of like cheer. So I cheered till I was 18. I coached cheer when I was like 15. Cheer pretty much was what my life consisted of for most of my, you know, childhood, teen years. It was so fun. I had a blast. I was pretty good at it. I was a really strong cheerleader, so I was able to get the girls up high and hold them up there. Girls used to fight over having me as like a base because I never let them fall. If I would hit the floor before they did. I could tumble, and I could also dance. So it was kind of the perfect way to really get all that energy out, and it was I loved it. I still love cheer. I mean, it was most of my life. Number 5, I have a dog named Sven. He is 2.5, almost 3 actually, and he is a Lab Maltese Chihuahua. Let's just say His dad was the lab. His mom was the Maltese Chihuahua. So you can just imagine how that was. I'll leave that to you. I love him though. He's one of the sweetest, most adorable dogs you'll ever meet. I'm not the best dog mom, I will admit. I'm the first to admit. I'm not one of those moms that's like, my dog is everything, but I love him so much. He sheds a lot though. I love him. Fact number 6, I almost didn't graduate high school. I was not the typical school goer. I mean, I really spent a lot of time not at school. Didn't take it very seriously. I took the social aspect of it very seriously. I was involved in leadership. I was an ASB. I loved cheer, you know, all the fun stuff I enjoyed, but as far as academics went, wasn't my thing. How I didn't almost graduate was 2 days before graduation. Yeah, I think like two or 3 days before graduation, I had an F in AP Lit. Why I was in AP Literature? No idea. I think I maybe wrote one essay all year, and my teacher was one of the coolest teachers ever, and I went to him and said, hey, I gotta graduate, like what can we do? And he said, write me an essay of why you should graduate. And I wrote him an essay and he let me graduate, gave me a D. So in AP, if you get a D, it's actually a C, and if you get a C, it's actually a B. So technically I passed the class. Not really though, I should not have passed. I don't know how that worked out, but it did, and I'm grateful I graduated high school. So that leads me to fact number 7. I went to community college. I enrolled. Went to my first day, and I went to my first 2 classes, and then I had a night class that evening. I didn't even make it to my night class. I went and got my money back before it even started. So I don't know why I even enrolled. I knew it wasn't for me. Take it how you want it, but school isn't for everyone. That doesn't mean I'll never go back, because I think part of me still would like to go back and take classes, but just not for me. I wasn't invested. I wasn't interested in really anything other than my social life at that point in my life. But I decided right after I got my money back that I wanted to enroll in beauty school, and that really was what I had wanted forever. A friend of mine and I enrolled together. We did the course together and passed, got our licenses, and yeah, it was fun. It was a lot. Beauty school is a lot, if you don't already know that. Girls are crazy. Yeah, it was fun. I got my license and I went and worked in a spa salon right after that, and for about 2 years. So fact number 8, I almost started a YouTube channel about 6 or 7 different times, but I was never serious enough about it. I always talked myself out of it. I always found all of the reasons why I shouldn't. I finally got to the point where I just didn't care anymore. I realized that I don't have to be the best YouTuber in the world to have a YouTube channel. And so if people wanted to watch, people would watch. And that's where I'm at now. Fact number 9, my best friend in the whole world and I have been friends for 22 years or so, pretty much our whole lives. We met when we started dancing. I was 3, she was 2. She was in diapers, I wasn't in diapers. But yeah, we've been pretty much friends our whole lives. And I think what really kept our friendship strong was the fact that we didn't go to junior high or high school together. Yeah, having that time where we weren't together every single day and we didn't spend every waking moment together, I think is really what made our relationship stronger. We never really fought, except we had one fight when we were, I think, in 6th grade. But we were playing colors and we had our other friend Kaylee there. And we dipped her and she was the most dramatic, let's be honest. She said we held her under the water too long and we tried to drown her and all that. It's so funny. She still will never let me live it down. Always talking about how I tried to drown her in 6th grade, but she didn't talk to me for 2 weeks. And it was probably a good time for us to, you know, take a deep breath and then recoup after that. And pretty much we haven't fought since, so. Fact number 10, my nieces and nephews are my everything. If you know me, you've heard about them, and if you also know me, you've probably seen them because I show pictures of them any chance I get. I have 4 nieces and nephews. I have a 6-year-old niece, 4-year-old nephew, and then niece and nephew twins, a boy and a girl. It's kind of a sick obsession. Any chance I get, I just want to see them. I want to squeeze them. I I love them so much. Fact number 11. Everybody always asks like, oh, like what's your thing? Like what's your, you know, if you were on a deserted island, what would you take? My thing, if you know me, I can't walk into any store, whether it's a gas station or it's Nordstrom, without immediately going to the sunglass section. If I was on a deserted island, sunglasses would be the thing that I make sure and have. It's really hard for me to stay trendy growing up because I always had to buy like bigger clothes. I've always been a plus size girl, and so having trendy sunglasses was kind of what made me feel cool, I guess. And I don't know, it's just something, it puts a look together, it makes you feel put together, and I guess it also protects your eyes, but I still can't not go to the sunglass section, and I pretty much get a pair of sunglasses any chance I get. Fact number 12, if there's something that I want, I always think of how I could make it. Now, most of the time I'll just buy it, but I'm very crafty. I was in ceramics in high school. I was really good at it. Growing up as a kid, Michael's was like my second home. We'd always go and get like wooden picture frames or like flower pots or something, and we would make like, or paint anything at any chance we had. And so yeah, I still am super crafty. I love using my hands. I love painting and making things and kind of getting my creativity out through that. So fact number 13, my favorite band is Johnny Swim. I've never been one that's been like kind of like obsessed with bands or movies or anything really like that. And I had those friends that were like, oh my gosh, like Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, like all that. But I never really was obsessed with anything until I heard Johnny Swim. They're the cutest couple in the whole world with the cutest kids. They love Jesus, but they're also like, they still sing about real life things and reality and love and all that. It's just, it's too good. I've seen them twice and I'm going to see them again in like a month. So I love Johnny Swim. Fact number 14, this might surprise you, or I guess people that know me might be like, okay, no, but I don't consider myself very like fancy. I'm not like a super fancy person. I like nice things, but it's not everything to me. I don't have to have super nice things. I don't have to go to super nice restaurants. I'm good with basic stuff. I'm not like a shoe person. I don't like collect shoes or spend a ton of money on shoes. I just kind of, you know, I'll spend a little bit, you know, more on clothes sometimes that will last, but I don't have to have super nice clothes. I'm like Forever 21 is good for me. Okay, so fact number 15, I used to make cakes. So I did cakes in high school. I did wedding cakes, special event cakes, and I was actually pretty good at it. I put a lot of time and money into my kit. I love tedious work, so I'd spend hours and hours and hours and hours. I'd leave school early, along with not even going to school some days just to get a cake done. I had so much fun. I wish I would have stuck with it. Sometimes I think about, man, I could have gone really far, opened up a bakery, or, you know, done cakes, you know, much bigger and better, but I don't know, maybe someday I'll go back to it, but it was fun. And I was pretty good at it. Okay, so fact number 16, I pretty much FaceTime everyone. If you have been a friend for a long time or a new friend, I pretty much only communicate through FaceTime. Once I moved to Texas and I couldn't see my friends all the time, it was just like, I'd call them and then I'd be like, and they'd be like, why are you? I'm like, I want to see your face. It's so cool that we get to have that. Like, we get to communicate across the country on a screen, live. I think it's awesome. So I love FaceTiming. Okay, so fact number 17. I am very territorial of music. I'm very protective. I hold it really tight when I find a new song. I don't want anybody taking credit for finding this song. If I found it, you will know that I found it. I don't know why, it's so dumb, it's so dumb, but I spend a ton of time trying to find like the new music or music that hasn't been heard before, and I don't know, it's just, there's something about finding a song that no one's heard that's like the best feeling in the world. I found it. It's so dumb. Hopefully I get over it at some point. Fact number 18, if you haven't noticed, I have a scar on my face. It was like this. Or it's like this, it's my top lip and down on this side. It's also on my hand and on my fingers a bit. When I was 2 weeks old, an iron fell on me. It was a total accident. It was a freak accident, actually. My mom was ironing and the phone rang and it startled her. Her hip hit the ironing board and then the cord kind of pulled and it fell on me. I mean, poor thing, she still kind of tears up when she tells the story. But I don't mind it. I've had it for my whole life. I don't know what I look like without it, and it kind of makes me who I am. So I'm super grateful for it. It's something different and it doesn't bug me. Fact number 19. It's actually really weird. I am both a morning and a night person. Love staying up late, but I also don't mind getting up early. I prefer to stay up late and sleep in, but I'm just, unless you scare me or there's a super loud noise or something, I don't get frustrated. I don't get crabby waking up. I kind of like both, especially if I get to wake up and do something fun, like I'm up, I'm like ready to go, but sometimes getting up for work kind of stinks. Snooze. Number 20. What's number 20? Last one, fact number 20. My favorite thing in the whole world is to drive. I love driving. My favorite thing is getting in my car, putting the music on 45, which is as high as my car goes. Windows down if the weather's good. I could drive for days and days and days and just keep going. Something relaxing for me, and I feel like I'm a pretty good driver. My mom says different, but everybody else says I'm okay. Sometimes I have a little road rage, but yeah, my friends back home, if there's anything that we miss that we get to do together, it's driving. And we put on throwbacks, we put on new music, we put on worship music. Pretty much every friend I've had growing up, we would do that. I miss that, and I'll do it by myself still, but it's fun. If you don't do that, you should just try it. It's like the best feeling ever. Okay, so that's 20 facts about me. I have a couple videos coming up about my weight loss journey, but I don't want this channel to be strictly one specific thing. I want it to be just a bunch of random stuff that I feel like can impact somebody else. So if you liked it, I guess what the cool kids do is they click like or subscribe or leave a comment and all that kind of stuff. I don't really know how that all works, but yeah, let me know what you want to see, and thank you for watching. That's it. God bless. I love you guys. Bye. Don't put that in there.